Hello everybody, today I'm here with the Pixar Villains team, which was suggested to me by Juan Andres Mora, who always has some pretty good suggestions for these kinds of things. And with the inclusion of the Underminer, I'm pretty certain that we have exactly 5 characters for this team. Unfortunately 2 of them are from The Incredibles, but they're almost from different movies because the, whoops, we might as well upgrade both of them. The Underminer's more of a main villain in the sequel, although he's really not a main villain in either of them, but he's the opener villain to the sequel. Anyways, we also got Hopper not that long ago either, so really just like a bunch of recent characters to allow this to be possible. Just while we're going through the animations here, I also like the idea of the Pixar team, which is also suggested to me by Juan, and my kind of twist on it that I was thinking of would be that I would showcase 5 at a time from, like, in order of the order that they were released. So I would start with Toy Story, and then A Bug's Life, and then Toy Story 2, and just continue to move up. And then obviously we'll just have to skip whatever series we don't have. Let me know what you think about that, if that's an interesting idea. And I suppose we could do the same thing with like classic Disney movies, starting with the Evil Queen for Snow White. You know, that could be an interesting idea too. But I'd love to hear what you guys think about that. Randall's going to be a bit overpowered compared to everybody else, and 4 of them are red rank. I don't have the red skill for the Underminer, but actually I probably only have the red skill for Randall, if I am thinking correctly. And I hope I looked at them all. Honestly, I'm not sure. Oh yeah, and I was also going to just do this little bonus. I've got a couple of cosmetic crates, so let's see if we get anything. Whoa, all 4 new. That is genuinely insane. Because when I open something around the amount of 4, it's usually just all duplicates. So that was a pretty perfect pull there. And then we also got a guaranteed one, so probably a common. Uncommon. Okay. So yeah. I am extremely surprised that I got that lucky. Let's right off the bat switch it up, start with chapter 18 instead of 17. We've already got the Underminer in here, and Syndrome's a little farther down, but the rest of them are up towards the top. I don't get to use Zurg enough. He's not in enough of these teams. And Syndrome's usually pretty easy to spot, I thought. There we go. So they're all either evilly smiling or grimacing. 3 of them are smiling. Zurg and Hopper are not so happy. But yeah, that's a pretty fun lineup. They're interestingly all male characters as well. I'm trying to think, are there even any, well, Incredibles 2 I guess. There really aren't that many female Pixar villains, are there? Honestly, can't think of any more other than that, which is interesting, but okay, well, let's get into it here. It's funny, like, they're all very bright except for the Underminer, which would make sense. He's probably pretty dirty, but like even him next to Syndrome, they look like they're from completely different series almost. Yeah, I love Zurg a lot. He's probably, well, I really like Syndrome too, actually, but I would say he's probably, actually I like Randall as well. So I don't know. I really like all of them. This is not a good sign, although we could have just gotten a bad one to go for, but we already are not doing well. And we're all red rank except for Syndrome, so. But we could have just had a bad start. This could be a hard one, I don't know. Yeah, so only Randall has his red rank as well, so keep that in mind too. Alright. Let's see how we can... Okay. So our two characters in the back here are not doing so hot. Yeah, I don't know what to do because the other characters are just way too strong in comparison. I don't know why Zurg can't survive at all. Yeah, Randall is just gonna continue to win these for us for a while. Let's just keep going up and see if they continue to die. They're alive now. Okay, so let's see what's going on here. Really no status effects for the group. Randall's got a couple of things. He also turns himself invisible, but just himself. I mean, I think it would be fitting to say that all these characters don't really work well on a team. They're kind of self-centered, individually motivated, which would definitely make sense for the character. I don't know if that's intentional whatsoever. But none of these villains... Well, I guess Hopper had some minions, but like he would definitely find himself to be above any of them. As well as like Randall had the one guy that I'm forgetting the name of, but they were not equals. And then the other three were just completely on their own. So it puts their ideas, the idea of having a villain, pretty well. Although the red ranks could have something to do, or sorry, red skills might have something, but Zurg can be pretty helpful with the rapid fire shooting. He just deals a ton of damage constantly. So the stronger you make him, the harder it is to keep your characters alive. I really love Hopper's victory animation. I was just talking about Zurg because it's so in your face. It's kind of hard to ignore, as you can see here. Hopper's up in the front as well as Randall. Randall's got the revive ability where if he is killed he revives, which funny enough the Underminer does too. I guess the Underminer is a little bit more up front as well, but also has a few ranged attacks. It's kind of a bit of a mix actually. These three keep doing great, and then the rest of them, or the other two, can't handle it. Which is interesting to me because usually the backline characters don't have too hard of a time surviving. I haven't seen Syndrome do like a single thing. Let's see him do something. Okay, he's using his kind of, I don't know what it's called, but he's able to grab things with his finger. That seems so weird to say. He's got like that tractor beam coming out of his hand. I think he also just like shoots lasers or something too. Maybe it's electric. Oh, I don't think so. I can't remember. But yeah, he can grab them and throw them up like he does to Mr. Incredible. He also has a little camera thing that comes out of... it's also a bomb too, is it not? That comes out of his hand when he goes into the cave to find Mr. Incredible. I forgot Syndrome even had moves like that. What chapter are we on now? 28? This is... yeah, like I said, Randall's just going to be able to steal the show. The Underminer's got the sucker. He punches, he jackhammers. And he... dang it, man. Every time. Is that really all he does? Oh yeah, he's got that bomb thing too. Okay, that's the first time I actually saw it trigger. The screen kind of paused for a second, which helped. Yeah, chapter 28 now. Which makes sense for the Underminer's friendship with the... why did I bring this up if I can't remember his name? The guy from Atlantis. Can't think of it right now. And who else? Hopper? Oh, really? Oh, yeah, Hopper's got his henchman that comes in. Thumper, right? which is cool to have another character alongside him. I guess in that sense he doesn't work alone, but like Thumper does so little for the team. It's not really fair to call him much of anything. He really does act as a henchman here. And then he also, like I said, he's a frontline character, so he's in their face. He like stomps on them, he flies forward at them too, I guess. And then I don't really think I've talked about Randall all that much. Also up in your face. Well, I guess I said he has a revive and the invisibility. He also has the ability to like target a specific character, which it's kind of cool when you get to actually choose what that character is doing, because you don't have a lot of control over what the characters are doing at most times. So allowing Randall to actually attack the character you want him to attack with like his white skill is pretty nice. So yeah, when he walked up to Frozone specifically, that was the random on-auto choice. I guess I only really talked about Zurg's one move, but I haven't really got to see him do all that much else. Maybe go a little bit easier and see if we can see it. Let's watch. He's got a single fire. A ball comes out that he shoots. That's all I've seen so far. Yeah, it's hard to tell because once that one move triggers, that's like all of it for the rest of the round. Okay, just a couple more maybe, and then we'll call it a day. It's a little hard to evaluate because their skill levels are all over the place. If they were on equal grounds, it would be a little bit easier to tell. So let's, for simplicity's sake, say that they're all at red 0, so Syndrome's a little stronger and Randall's much weaker. I think they can probably make it around a chapter like this. And then, well, I mean, Hopper and Underminer were surviving as well, so that's something to keep in mind. I'm kind of surprised Hopper is surviving. Maybe he's a little stronger than I was expecting. I don't have like his red skill or anything. He's only at star 4. But yeah, these guys are surviving pretty well through all of these. Yeah, I don't know. It's hard to say. Like as a team, saying that you want them all to survive, then they really can't make it that far. Like at chapter 18, you already saw Syndrome and Zurg dying right away. But making it through just in general, which is usually the goal, you know, unless you want 3 stars, they make it pretty far. Randall might be helping out a lot, but it seems like Underminer and Hopper can... Okay, well, Hopper, you chose a bad time to prove me wrong. But Underminer's pretty good, plus he's got another revive, so I think after this. But we're not going to see that. So yeah, it's kind of a mixed bag. We could really use a couple of characters who are benefiting the team as a whole to add to this. It's okay to have a few characters doing their own thing, but the whole team is a bit much. I meant to just look at the characters, but I guess this will be my final fight here. I don't even know if we've done this one already or not. But look at that Nemo float in the background, that's awesome. I wonder if that must have been in before Nemo was actually added, which is cool. Well, thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed my showcase of the Pixar villains. Let me know what you think about my idea for just the Pixar team in general. You know, it would go on for a little while. There's a good amount of different series to go for. And you know, we would just go down the list, and I think that would be fun, but I'd try to spread it out as best I could so it wasn't every team showcase was Pixar based, but I think it'd be fun. I'll probably still try it even if you guys don't say anything about it. But thanks for watching. I will